Hi everyone, it's Diane with Batik, and today is Fabric Friday, and we're going to share our linen collection. Unlike the last several Fabric Fridays, we selected a colorway to introduce and to share our linen collection. Since it's so new, I decided to we got to share the whole thing. There aren't as many individual items, individual fabrics in the collection, so it's definitely, I think, a treat to share every single one of them. We're also going to share a little bit of a small mini fashion show of the garments that we've made so far with the linen. And then I really want to share with you some of the projects, patterns that I think are perfect for our linen. But let's talk a little bit about the linen. It is 54 inches wide. This one is, I think this is the Copen blue and the Twilight blue look very similar. So I always have to kind of look. I believe this is the Copen blue that I have in front of me. And it is a lightweight to midweight linen. There are different classifications. There's ounces that you go by. I would say that it is a midweight linen. I'm wearing one right now. And when it comes to wearing a dress from a see-through perspective, I think each individual person, you have to kind of test and know what you are, what you believe you need to do. But I would say that I might line this if I was wearing a dress, and just to give it a little bit more security underneath it. But otherwise, it is just a beautiful, breathable fabric that you're going to love. Caring for our linen is very similar to the rayon and the jersey knit, and cotton for that matter. I simply use my washing machine. We use Synthropol. That product you can find on our website or at one of your local quilt stores. It is a fabric wash, and it will remove any of the remaining surface dyes and wax that might still be here after the fabric was dyed. And we just want to get rid of any of that excess stuff before we cut out our patterns and wear our garments. So machine wash, lukewarm to medium warm water with a cool rinse. And I do an extra rinse just to get rid of any soap that's left over from the Synthropol, because it is a soap. And then I shake it out, I put it in the dryer for until it's almost dry. Take it out damp, and I lay it out on my guest room bed and just let it dry. And then it's ready to cut out your pattern. If you want a crisper look or crisper feel to it, then definitely press it, but press it damp. That's just one of the things that I've always done with linen, is I really try to just press it damp or steam it a little bit while you're pressing it to get rid of any wrinkles. So feel free to wash, dry, wear this linen. It is a very easy fabric to care for. Enough about care. Let's jump in and show you each one of our linen fabrics. And what I did is I took a moment and laid them all out in a really good lit place so that you could see a close-up of each one of the fabrics and sort of compare from one shade to another how they look. In case you have a question, for example, from our website of, now is Delft blue lighter or darker than Twilight blue? So hopefully this will answer some of those questions. So let's take a look at a close-up of each fabric. We're going to see how we can make this work, but here are the fabrics to start off our linen collection. And the first grouping is sort of our bluish colorway. And the first one here is the motif Medora Flora, and the shade is Chrome. It's just really a beautiful, beautiful grayish shade with kind of white. I guess I would wear that with white inside the motif, and that's Medora Flora. And right behind it, so you can kind of see the grouping here, is the hand-dyed chrome as well. So that is, in a way, sort of has kind of a hint of a green, because right next to it is dusty denim. So there is a little bit of a change here from the chrome into dusty denim. And dusty denim is a blue, of course, a dusty shade of blue, and this is the Violetta motif. And unfortunately, this is the last yard of it we have in stock right now, so I think this was our absolutely most popular shade for our first collection of linen. And we will be back in stock before you know it. But this, let me show you the change in shade from dusty denim to the color Delft. And the next two colors are Delft. This is the hand-dyed Delft. It has highs and lows, where it gets really lightened in spots, and then it also gets darker, deeper in spots as well. So it does have a lot of modeling on this hand-dyed. Again, the shade is Delft. And the next fabric is its coordinate. So this is Medora Flora, Delft, and inside the motif here is really light shades of blue. And oh, this is one of my favorite colors. You'll see me wearing a lot of the light blue. I find this, though, if I were to compare this blue shade of Delft to our rayon, it's going to read a little darker blue, a little deeper color, and the rayon will be just a little bit lighter. So they're just slightly different. And I think some of that comes from the base cloth just takes dyes differently as well. The next shade you're seeing here, and actually I should show you the comparison before I move forward here. This is Delft. This is Twilight Blue. So the next two are really deeper shades of blue. And so I'm going to show you these at the same time. This is the hand dye. Again, it has dramatic highs and lows of blue. And it's the shade that's in the darker undertones of the motif of Phoenix of Twilight Blue. And I'm going to slide this way so that I can open this fabric up so you can see it. But do you see what I'm saying? So this is really a darker shade, which you find inside and behind that motif of Phoenix. I am making linen pants from this fabric, and we're going to talk a little bit about projects that would be perfect for our linen. Now, the next fabric, you'll wonder why it's in here. You'll think it's black. It's not. This is our hand-dyed, and I'll call it almost nearly solid, true indigo. And boy, when you see it like that with the light on it, it's hard to see kind of the depth of that fabric. Let me turn it. It's still going to show up really, really, really dark. The shadows don't help it there. There you go. Right underneath there, just to get it away from some of that light. It is a rich, solid, dark blue. No other way to describe it. And this is the true indigo. You can wear this with black. You could wear this with blue. It's so deep in shade that you can't go wrong with that. The next four fabrics have more of a greenish, turquoisey, tealy shade to them. And this, if you're familiar with our fabric, I'm going to show you these two at the same time. This is the hand-dyed Copen Blue and Medora Flora Copen Blue. And so this is more of a traditional blue. This you can even see within the camera shot here, how it turns to more of the teal family. So again, Medora Flora and its complement and coordinate, which is a hand-dyed. And then the last two within our blue family are, we can't go anywhere without the color Lake. So this is Phoenix Lake, and I'll show you a dress that I made with this particular fabric, and I have left over to make another top. So I'm very, very thrilled to be doing that. And this is the hand-dyed Lake Spray, and it is just it's really rich colors. And these two go together amazingly well, but yet again, separate in their own beautiful ways. So this is the color family that I would call blue. Next up are our pastels. Let's get going on the pastel colorway, or brights, whichever way you look at this. The first two fabrics are what we call soft mint. And I'm going to quickly just compare them to the next colorway, which is sage. So you can see the difference between more of a kind of a seafoam green from the mint, which is a blue kind of undertones to it. And it has highs and lows of blue, and the motif is violetta with, I would say it's a white or a very, very light shade, very, very light shade of the soft mint that flows throughout the motif. As I mentioned, this is sage, and sage is really, it is a seafoam green, in my opinion. It is a beautiful, beautiful Medora Flora motif. There are hints of yellow, kind of a golden yellow, that are intermixed inside the green. And so we have our motif here, Medora Flora. You can see some of that yellow in here. And its coordinate, which is the hand-dyed sage. Let me slide these down a little bit so that we can see the violetta in sachet pink, and its coordinate, which is the hand-dyed sachet pink. I don't know if it's reading a little too bold and bright on the screen here, but it is a delicate, very, very delicate pink. And actually it's a color that I can wear simply because it doesn't have a lot of orange tones to it. And so this is the sachet pink, the violetta. I'm gonna slide this, and its hand-dyed coordinate. And next and last in this grouping is the Gardenese Divine in the shade of lilac. And what's really fun is the sachet pink. If you put that right next door or right next to this here, you're going to see that you could coordinate the sachet pink with the lilac very easily. There are many undertones of, even the sage would go with this, and the little pink, sachet pink that runs throughout the Gardenese Divine motif there. As well, we have a hand-dyed coordinate, which is the hand-dyed lilac. So this is what we call our pastel collection. And 3 different motifs, the violetta, the Medora Flora, which is this one, and the Gardenese Divine. The last collection of linens that I want to share with you is what I would call kind of our fall or autumn or autumnal collection of fabrics and fabric shades here. And the first one is Medora Flora, and the colorway is dark brown. And it has really beautiful, rich brown tones that run throughout the motif itself. And inside, you're going to see a little bit of gold. It is actually not quite as yellow gold as it's showing up on the video here. And it is, the shade inside the motif is the same as our hand-dyed dark brown, which is just a rich, rich, beautiful dark brown. I can't wait to make something out of these two here for the fall. And next in line is our animal skin motif. And this is the color charcoal. And I want to get a better shade of this as well. It has some depth of blue undertones and gold. And when you place this with a black, it is really an amazing colorway to work with side by side with a black. And I can just see this being a beautiful loose fitting jacket with one of our charcoal rayon fabrics. We have a hand dyed charcoal that goes with this beautifully. The next two colors in the linen collection are our ivy shade. And this is the hand dyed ivy. And its coordinate, of course, is the motif Medora Flora. And they just go beautiful together. I've made several garments out of our jersey knit version of this color, and I really love it. And this is just gonna be a beautiful, beautiful, I think a skirt would be gorgeous out of the linen Medora Flora Ivy. The next color and motif is Gardeniste Divine in the shade of Napa. And this is one of your favorites because this is all we have left. We only have maybe, I might be stretching it if it's 2 yards. So I think you love the multicolor look of this particular fabric. I can't wait to get some of this back in stock again. The next color is, and motif, we have a different motif here as well. This is the Lady May motif in the shade of Merlot. So this is more of an eggplanty Merlot, where the next fabric, if you can see it kind of behind it to give you that color difference, is bright purple. And this is a hand-dyed bright purple. So they're very different. This is again more of the eggplant-ish shade in Merlot, and this is bright purple. It kind of goes towards the shade of grape, not a blue purple. So that's how I would read the bright purple. And then our next fabric is the beautiful azalea, which is our red. And it does have some highs and lows, so you're going to see some depth in the modeling on this hand-dyed fabric. And right next to it is black. Let me see if I can't flip this around so we can get a little bit of the hand-dyed look right next to it. So the black is our, besides the true indigo, the black is the other solid that we have in the linen family. We don't have any others that are considered a solid. They all have, like the red or the bright purple, they're all going to have a modeling to them. So black, gotta have black. And in a minute here, I think what I'll do is I'll show you the difference between the deep, the true indigo and the black. I might do that in a separate little photo shoot. So this is our grouping that I call kind of our fall or autumn shades. They're really a deep, dark, rich color grouping. Oh, I can't wait to do something with this dark brown. Beautiful. At the end of that video, I wanted to try to lay out the true indigo and show you the difference between the true indigo and the black, the tuxedo. This is as close to reality as I can make it look for you. There is definitely a difference. When I tried to lay it out next to the window and get natural light, you just can't do it. The exposure from the light and the windows makes it look almost white. And so it's just it's really difficult to show the differences between them. But I did want to show you that the true indigo is definitely a blue, but it is extremely close to the tuxedo itself. And this is the tuxedo in a dress. And this is, can you see the difference? No, you really can't. It's so hard. This is the true indigo. So, but I wanted to show you that so you could sort of see the differences. But the best thing to do, if you really do want to see anything up close and compare it to maybe another fabric that you're trying to make a garment with, ask for a swatch. We send swatches all the time, and it really is the perfect way to feel the fabric, test the fabric, and feel comfortable with what you're going to purchase. So a little bit about some garments that we've made. I am wearing this top. It's just a t-shirt top with a v-neck and a really, really fun shoulder detail. And this is a pattern by Itch to Stitch Designs, and Itch to Stitch Patterns, I should say. And it's the Seychelles top. And so I'll put a picture up here so that you can see what the top looks like. And on her website, the itchtostitch.com website, you can download her pattern. It is a PDF pattern only. We also have the fabric and the interfacing that you need to make this top on our website as a fabric pack. And again, it's called Seychelles. And it is, we have a link from our site to her site. We're an affiliate with her for patterns as well. So it's just a beautiful top, and it's simple and fast to make. These two dresses, I do have a YouTube pattern review and a little bit of an instructional video on how to make this dress. And this is the Fira dress by Liesel and Company. And it also has a top. And I have some leftover fabric from the Phoenix Lake that I think I'm going to make a top out of this. It's so simple to make, and it was fun to do a new technique in constructing a yoke, a shoulder yoke here, front and back, to finish off this garment. And this has pockets. It's just a beautiful, simple, flowy dress. Easy to pull on over your head, and that's it. So this is the Fira dress, and it is perfect for any woven fabric, but it's really great for a linen. I made a version of our easy rolled edge kimono, and then I created a separate PDF download for the linen. Just simply because I create a separate one for each one of the fabrics that we offer, because the width of our fabric changes between them, and this is 54 inches wide. And so I wanted just to verify what I needed to do to cut out the pattern to make an easy rolled edge kimono. And I really love how this turned out. This is the hand-dyed lake. And again, it is just done. It's constructed on your serger. You see the rolled edge right at the collar there. And then the only thing I use my traditional sewing machine for is sewing up the side seam to the end of your sleeve. But you can find that free pattern and download it from our website as well for a linen version of the easy rolled edge kimono. The next garment I want to share with you is, I don't even think we have a fashion duo on our website for this, but this is funny. I wanted to make a new top for our 40th class reunion that took place at the end of June. And so of course, the night before, that's me, the night before, I decided to make this simple kind of a tank with a tunic length. So it is, if I can stand up here, well, that's not going to show it either, but it goes below, like mid thigh is where it ends up, and it has side slits to it, and it's so easy that you can make it the night before an event. So the pattern is the New Look 6517 is what I used. And I used View B, which is, she's right back there, that one there, but I made it longer because I wanted it to be a little bit longer, and then I wore capris with it, black capris. And it really was the perfect outfit for the class reunion because it was 90 degrees and we got thunderstorms that night. So, but this is Lady May is the motif, and this is Merlot. I could have worn this with blue or true indigo fabric or black, but I did choose the black. And it has a simple bias facing on the arms and the neckline. And I did make the bias matching because that's what I do, out of the same fabric. And I really love it. So this is a great pattern for linen as well. I did modify the top, now that I think about it. I did modify the top to be more of a boat neck. This was a little lower than what I wanted on the garment. So, but very, very simple, very, very fast, and great results. Now, what I want to share with you are a few patterns that we have on our website that would be perfect for this linen. And so take a look at some of these. You may see us creating some fashion duos for these as well. This is Simplicity 9223, and we have this on our website, but it is a beautiful, stylish dress with pleats going down one side of the dress. It is a zipper in the back, and you can wear it sleeveless or short sleeves, and you can make it any length. This is a McCall's 8053, and I love this pattern. We've made it out of our rayon, and it's just a dress you slip over your head. This would be perfect for our linen. Take anywhere from maybe 2.5 to 3.5 yards of fabric for just a short sleeve dress. This is a cottage shirt, has been, I think, on the market for a while, but this just screams for a fun, loose-fitting linen top. And I think this takes, this takes 3 yards of 45-inch wide fabric and less if it's 54. But I would want to lay it out just to make sure of how much it would reduce it. For 60-inch wide fabric, it does say basically 2 yards for 60-inch wide fabric, regardless of size. So I would say anywhere between 2 and 3. However, it all depends on, there's not a simple conversion like there is in quilting. It all depends on how you lay it out, because you want to make sure it's still on grain. Another top, and I'm actually going to show you 2 different tops that I think would be wonderful. I think it's CeeLo. I love this one from Closet Core Patterns, and I think I'm going to make the dress. I think that would be so much fun. And again, I'm always picking loose fitting styles because the linen, I just don't want it to be too constrictive. So I really like it when it's a loose fitting garment. And of course, Carpe Diem. This would be a beautiful tunic, I think, with one of the linens. Or we could do, this one might be actually really great with the Medora Flora ivy, and then the accent of the hand-dyed ivy underneath the side panel here. That would be gorgeous. So many options with the Carpe Diem dress pattern. There's so many options. This caught my eye the other day, and I just really think it would be comfortable. I don't know where I personally would wear this, but I love the style. And it is a Simplicity 8912. Look at that dress. Isn't that just the neatest? And this can be sleeveless or with sleeves. So comfortable, lounging around the house. Okay, the next 3 are pants, because I've selected the Twilight Blue Phoenix, and I've washed up this fabric. I'm going to, gotta hang on to my patterns here. On my next linen garment is going to be pants from the Twilight Blue Phoenix, and it will be Petra. And again, this is a Closet Core pattern. I just haven't decided if I'm going to make them full length or capris, but I think capris would be really so cute. And this is an elastic waistband in the back, and it has pockets in the front. And difficulty is 2 out of 5. That's not bad. And I just think linen pants would be fantastic. I have 2 other options for pants that I think would be perfect as well. And the Sew House 7 free range slacks, I think would be so comfortable. And again, this is an elastic waist. How fun. Pockets, perfect. And then the cashmerette Calder pant would be so simple to make. And this one, I think the shorts would be, the mid-thigh shorts would be just perfect. And again, this is elastic waist in the back. It has a waistband in the front, pockets, and you can't go wrong. So if you have this pattern at home or any of these other ones, all you need is the linen. So that is our introduction to the linen on our Fabric Friday. And all of our fabrics you can find on our website at sewbatik.com. And let us know what you think and send us more comments, and keep sewing, smiling, and sharing.